Yeah, hello again. I just wanted to reiterate, the importance of positive innovation in everyone's life, people's lives, life in general. Um, we live in a global world. We live in the world of internet. We live in the world of innovation, technology. Um, we live in an all encompassing world, and it's important for me. Excuse me. It's important for me to project, to the world at large, um, a very very positive image. And I I'm blown away. Shout out to YouTube, man. I I cannot say how important and imperative it is to give a voice to those people that would otherwise not be able to voice their opinions and their views on life in general. You know, I am one that truly believes that free speech, the First Amendment, is is amazing. I am a historian by trade. I by education. I love the presidents. Washington, John Adams. You know, uh, Thomas Jefferson, John Madison. Um, you know, the founding fathers. For this country. If you think about it, America, in terms of a nation, is a relatively new nation. If you look at history as a whole, if you look at world history, if you look at old Mesopotamia, which is Iraq, if you look at Ethiopia, if you look over to the east, if you look in China, which has one of the oldest civilizations known to man. And if you look, at Roman history, it's phenomenal. The aqueducts that they built, you know, the drainage, from houses, they would incorporate a system where water would flow into people's houses, and they were allowed to take baths and if you look at some some of these older um, civilizations like Mali, Timbuktu. Can you imagine, um, looking at astronomy and mathematics and science and technology and just things like that? Can you? If I think that if the world would focus more on loving itself, I think that when people you know understand that we're all connected in one way or another. Um, whether you look at whether we come from the same tribe, we're all human beings. You know what I'm saying? And we all can show one another, that to be human is to be divine and to love and to help and to prosper and to advance and to you know I'm a debater. That's just my thing. I think that with the election of a new pope in Rome, I think that was a phenomenal uh, time in history. for the last pope to step down, and that had never happened in 600 years. If you look at history, in history, I mean, if you don't know your past, how you gonna know where you come from and where you'd like to go? You know what I'm saying? I mean, in America, we have a storied past. I mean, yeah. I mean, but so what? I mean, get over it. I mean, America on the whole is where the world comes. It comes for innovation. It comes for new startups, new businesses, education, technology. I live in California, and I have yet to date make a trip to Silicon Valley. However, I have went north to the San Francisco, Oakland Bay Area. Stayed in Oakland for a little bit. San Francisco was a little bit too pricey, out of my price range. And so I said, well, let me go cross the bridge here and go down here to Oakland. This was years ago. This is May. I mean May. I always say May. This is March. I'm in May. I don't know why I'm in May, but this is March 27, 2013, dude. And this was like in the 90s. This was like um, I'd say right around 90, because I left California in 96 to go down south. I went to a historically black college. I had the opportunity, and I was like one of the older guys on campus, man, and to, to live in the dorm and to, to eat at I didn't eat in the cafeteria. I paid for my education out of my pocket. I had a phenomenal experience. I loved it. The culture, the people, the teachers, the administration. I love the town of Holly Springs, Mississippi. There was a man, I cannot think of his name, but he owned a record shop like virtually 2 blocks on the left hand side, on the same side of Rough College. And everybody in the community went to this man. I forget his name. This was a brother with he's a dark skinned brown brother, chocolate brother, older man, very, very knowledgeable man. And I was just looking, I was just because this is what I did. I go and I look, and I see something interesting, and he sold records. He had a record shop. And vinyl, he has vinyl. I hope he's still alive. I'm gonna have to go back there and see if he. Because last time I was in Holly Springs, which was, I don't know, probably around 2003 or something like that, he was still there, and I got an opportunity to talk to him, and it was amazing, man. This man owns his own business, and I remember the first encounter that I had with him. He had this. There was this life of Rough College, and he had some disparaging remarks about Rough, and of course, with my upbringing, I try not to voice. I'm very respectful of my elders, and but just talking to this man, the way he came, he answered, he's like, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was interested in buying, Phyllis Hyman. I just thought of something." And he just had this this dialogue that was very, very, very interesting to me. It was like this educated man, Mississippian, and my mother is from Mississippi, so I just wanted to experience that culture. I'm Californian, born and raised, born and bred, and I don't want to say, there's a lot going in California. There's a lot going in California. Me personally, I love the South. I love the down home atmosphere. I love the quietness. I love what you get for your property. You can get an acre of land, on your property. You can build your house. My sister, from what I hear, I don't know, she's an administrator in school, but I hear she's doing pretty well. And I will continue this a little bit later.